Well, let's go to the UK, where Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has a plan to deal with asylum seekers. He's been proposing this for quite some time, but he's finally convinced Parliament to go along with it. The plan is to put illegal asylum seekers on planes and fly them to Rwanda, and they can live there. Now, this plan would affect around 52,000 illegal asylum seekers. The suggestion is they would be given 7 days' notice before being put on one of these flights and sent to Africa. Rishi Sunak proposes that this will deter people from crossing the English Channel, where many have drowned seeking asylum in the UK. He says we'd only need to do this for a few months, send enough of them to Africa, and that would send a signal that would stop asylum seekers making the perilous journey to the UK. Now, they've done a deal with Rwanda where they're paying Rwanda £74 million a year to receive these asylum seekers, which sounds like a lot of money. But the former Migration Minister, Robert Jenrick, he said that it was costing the UK £3.6 billion a year to deal with asylum seekers. So it's a pretty good deal if it works. But Nigel Farage told Paul Murray just a few moments ago he doesn't see how this will work at all.
But it's not going to work. And it won't work because we signed up in the early 1950s to the European Convention on Human Rights. It was an agreement intended to stop what happened to the Jews in Austria and Germany in the 1930s and led to the Holocaust. And of its time, it seemed like a good idea. But Mr. Blair incorporated that into British law via something called the Human Rights Act. And as soon as people are about to be put on a plane and sent to Rwanda, what will happen is that piece of UK legislation will be used, brought to British judges. I doubt anyone will go to Rwanda. Some may go, but it won't be in big enough numbers to stop the flood that's coming.
The Home Office Minister, Lord Sharp, Liz, said that it's a profoundly moral and patriotic duty to protect the integrity of your boundaries. So the people Nigel Farage is talking about, are they immoral and unpatriotic, opposing this plan?
Most definitely. I mean, the UK is awash with illegals, just like America is. And this, I've got to say, I was shocked that Rishi did this because they, much like America's southern border, they don't seem to be doing much about the channel at all. And of course, this is something that Farage is so well versed on. He's been covering it for years and years, even gone down there and filmed the boats just burling right into the UK, people jumping off, and on you go to glory. And they're being put up in really nice hotels, just like we're seeing in America. The British taxpayer is bleeding millions of pounds every day, not month, every day, putting up thousands and thousands of illegals. So shocked to see Rishi do this, because I'm like, you're the one who's presided over this massive influx. You've done absolutely nothing about it. For crying out loud, just build a massive fence on the shore if you have to. Stop it from happening. Have beach patrols ensuring that these guys can't just get across the channel and be like, the welcoming bosom of the UK taxpayer. This is marvellous. So he's done nothing about that. And yet, on the other hand, he's like, but I've got this Rwanda bill and it's going to solve all our problems and we'll just get rid of tens of thousands of them this way. So is this just an election winner for him? And as Farage pointed out, Rishi knows full well it will never actually come to fruition, because all it will take is someone taking that to the court. We've seen this plenty of times in our own country. And once it gets to the High Court, say here, they're like, actually, you made laws that break the laws. So we're going to have to backtrack here. And that is likely what we'll see in the UK now, although how long that will take to unravel and will it happen before the next election, that's obviously the dice, I surmise, that Rishi is rolling here. Because all the nationalist Brits would be like, this is the best thing that's ever happened. Give this man your vote. He's finally come good on this.
Yeah.
Has he?
Because what they're saying is that they'll have people on planes within 10 to 12 weeks, which is a
sounds marvellous.
It falls short of the target he originally set, but still, 10 to 12 weeks isn't that bad. And it's really not all that different to what we were doing here in terms of we had boat turnbacks, but if you made it to shore we said, you know, off you go to Christmas Island or Nauru.
Well, remember, they had Tony Abbott go to the UK and talk to the Conservatives about what he had done to stop the problem here.
Exactly, and it's good to see them actually pick up a policy that certainly worked for us. We just hope it works over there, because that stream of people who've been coming across the channel is extraordinary. And if you've got a country who wants to take them, bloody well take them. It's a fantastic idea. Let's hope it just pays off.